Nerdarchy here for nerds by nerds. And we're going to be doing a D&D 5th edition game, and I got some of my online buddies here, and I'm going to start with AJ. Who you playing, and what do you got going on the interwebs?
My name's AJ from the Mighty Glue Stick. Hey everybody. Today I'm going to be playing my stock. I'm calling him my Iron character because I play him until he dies, and then I'll go and make another character. But he's been leveled up to level 3 now, so I'm really excited to get cracking. His name is Alchemist. He's a tiefling rogue who's specialised into arcane trickster. And the last adventure he was in, he was up in a sort of an Arctic area and really uncomfortable. But he got some good goblin kills and things in with his pointy swords. And I had lots of fun playing him. So looking forward to whatever happens.
Awesome. So next we have Andrew Knapp.
I am playing Galahar. He is a human fighter. He belonged to like a tribe that was tasked with guarding a sacred tree. The tree got burnt down while he fell asleep on his watch, and now he's been outcast. And he's trying to track down the group of orcs that burnt the tree down. I have a YouTube channel, SR2 Joker. Do a lot of D&D stuff, tabletop stuff. Check it out. I'd appreciate it.
That's hilarious. We also got David Semmes.
David looks like he's getting a drink right now, and he'll be right back.
All right, let's go with Juice then, moving down the line.
Okay, I am Juce. I have a YouTube channel. You can find me there. I will be starting a D&D Basics series here soon, which will cover all the basic rules, and it'll compile and build on top of itself over the course of the next few weeks, if my YouTube channel corrects itself. And I will be playing a Rock Gnome Eldritch Knight, which I'm really excited about, because this is not a character I would normally play. And his big driving force is his quest for knowledge, and his name is Blinky Fizzlepop.
Nice, loving the Blinky Fizzlepop. We also have David Semmes is back from getting a drink. You just want to tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do on the interwebs and your character?
Can you guys hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sorry about that. I was having mic problems. Yeah, I'm playing Anon. He's a Dragonborn warlock, and strangely enough, he's an outcast, and he stumbled upon an actual ancient fey tree in the forest that was being attacked by some weird creatures, and actually helped protect the tree, and that became his warlock's what do you call it? His
Pact.
Yes, thank you. His patron. Thank you. It's late here. And anyway, yeah, real quick, I've got a YouTube channel. You know, I mainly put PC gaming related stuff on it, but occasionally when I get inspired enough, I put RPG stuff on there too. So check it out. It's David Semmes. That's the channel name, and that's it.
Awesome. Also, down below in the description, I've got links to everyone's YouTube channel and also to the Tabletop One-Shot RPG group in Facebook, and that's how a lot of us hooked up to do these one-shot games, is through that group that GM Juice created. Thank you very much for that. And right now we're waiting for Nigel to come back. He's wrangling toddlers. It's almost like wrangling kobolds, I believe. And with that, just real quick, I want to let you guys know, Nerdarchy just launched a shirt. It's kind of like a Kickstarter thing, and if you guys want to support us, there's also a link down below for that, and you can check it out. And Nigel's back. And Nigel, you want to tell us? Nigel is also a part of Nerdarchy. Nerdarchy's Nubs over there. You want to tell us about yourself and your character?
Well, like you said, my name's Nigel, and I'm from the West Coast crew. We don't do as many videos, but I tend to do a lot of the writing on the website, and I respond to people's messages on the Facebook, etc. Um, I'll be playing. Oh God, what did I name this guy? Tovok. He's a hill dwarf cleric of Moradin. His big driving force, the thing that really gets him up in the morning, is the fact that his ancestor went really evil and disgraced his clan, and he's trying to redeem that, trying to restore his clan name. As a matter of fact, that's the reason why he doesn't have a last name right now. He hasn't earned his clan name back. So he is just his first name.
All right, so we'll
Like
see.
Cher.
Yeah, yeah. Only less popular and disgraced.
Yes.
So with that, we're going to start off with all of you guys are either traveling to or from the boomtown of Griffingath. And you can either be together or separate. It doesn't matter because right now all of you guys find yourself in a wayfarer's shelter. It's basically just a cave, with the glyph, the marking on the outside of it. You guys fled a storm, and during this storm, there was like green lightning and purple lightning and blue lightning. It was very unnatural. The rain, as it would come pelting down, it would cover your skin, and it was oily and greasy, and it started to burn. You didn't take any damage yet. It was more like an irritant, but you knew that you needed to get it. You needed to find cover, and you needed to find it quick. As the thunder would boom at the end of the peal, you would hear laughter. The wind would howl, and you'd hear the sounds and screams of beasts, and it was generally unsettling. So the first thing you all did was look for shelter, and it just so happened you happened to be lucky enough to find the same cave with the Wayfarer sigil on it that druids and rangers a lot of times will mark and leave for travelers, where there's a stock of firewood and other basic supplies at times. So it's the dead of night now, and you guys, I don't know, do any of you know each other, or are you guys all meeting for the first time?
I can jump in. It's possible that actually I hadn't talked to Andrew before he made his character, so this is kind of funny. But I think that it would make sense for our characters, to possibly at least be acquaintanced, because it seems like the tree that was burnt down by those orcs might have had something to do with the great tree that I am beholden to, and this possible orc infestation may be related to the chaos storms and the warping of the forest around us.
Yeah, that's a great idea. It could have been like a sapling of the great tree or something.
There you go.
Nice. So you guys are bound by vengeance to avenge the tree. A noble quest, I might add. I love it. So, even you guys have never encountered anything like this. I don't know if any of you guys have knowledge nature or knowledge arcana. I'm sure some of you might have that. But
I could blow my channel divinity and get it, but yeah.
Yeah, I've got arcana nature.
Okay, so this is definitely clearly, even without those proficiencies, I'm going to say you guys just know this is unnatural and unsettling. Juce, you've actually come to this area because you heard of this strange phenomenon that was going on, and among the sages, it's been whispered and called the Chaos Bleed. So you can probably put two and two together and think they might be related.
That the storm is related to it, you mean?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, and then I will assume that I came here pretty much by myself, but due to the storm, I seek shelter, and I'm standing at the mouth of this cave, observing it and taking notes on a piece of paper.
Okay. So, as you do that, the world is being cast in eerie colors, and you're hearing unsettling sounds, yet, nothing seems to disturb the cave throughout the night. And, as a matter of fact, soon after you get there, you guys kind of start getting acquainted with each other and talking. You may even want to start a fire and try and dry off.
Yeah.
Definitely, you're probably going to want to scrape off whatever's on your skin, because even if it's not doing anything to you, it just is completely giving you the heebie-jeebies.
Okay. And I do. What have I heard about this before I came here? I'm sorry.
My bad.
I was just going to ask. I probably should have asked a second ago. But what have I heard about this chaos bleed before coming here?
Okay, so it actually, it's just like weird occurrences are happening around certain locations outside of this town. You know, trees are warping and growing weird. They're you may be changing colors. Animals are acting and behaving abnormally. Every once in a while, it almost like you know how bubbles look multicolored and kind of translucent in the air. Well,
Yes.
for no reason, you know, patches. People are seeing things like that, like windows of that.
Prismatic scintillation.
Yes. And
Okay,
so
I'll relay that any information I have to the other guys in the party in this cave tonight.
okay.
Would knowledge of religion affect anything on this? Has this happened? Is this part of the faith or anything?
No, this is new and odd and strange to you.
Okay.
And you
I
know,
also have knowledge of history, if that helps.
okay. Now, David, what race are you?
I am Dragonborn.
Okay, you are a Dragonborn. Interesting.
Yep.
Okay. So,
That's awesome. We are bored.
Love it or leave it.
Shit. Everything was going fine until it.
okay, well,
And
none
he's of the
none of-
copper dragon descent.
okay, none of you guys have ever seen a Dragonborn before. Andrew, you have because of you've met David's character before, but everyone else, this is brand new, and you know there's a good possibility no one's seen a tiefling before either.
So the tiefling comes out of the rain, like throws his hood back, sees the dragonborn sitting in the cave by the fire, sort of stops in his track, turns on his heel, about to walk back out, stops, looks at this greasy rain pooling on the floor, and goes. Walks in and sort of warms his hand without like making a move.
And David, you actually know something about the chaos bleed that no one else knows, because you know before hooking up with your patron, before the tree chose you, the Elder Fae tree, you were actually from somewhere else, and that anomaly that I just described, you saw one of those and actually fell through it.
Oh wow! Okay, cool. All right.
So
Okay.
you're actually from somewhere else.
So
and
I'm a stranger in a strange land.
essentially, yes. And,
Meaning totally different land or different continent, or this is how strange.
you don't actually know, but no one you've encountered has ever encountered a Dragonborn.
Okay.
And where you're from, there are other people that kind of come and go, but it's pretty much only Dragonborn, and you're ruled by a Dragon Emperor in the city-state where you're from.
Okay, so everyone else is slaves or what? No, I'm just kidding.
Nah, no slaves, but the realm that you're from, you guys actually do some planier traveling.
Okay.
You know, like Planescape type stuff, City of Doors Sigil.
Okay.
So that would be the extent of anyone from where you're from's experience with outsiders. Very
Gotcha.
rare.
Okay. All right, that's cool.
For everyone else, Dragonborn is unheard of. You guys have seen Tiefling. You know, you guys have known of Tieflings, but the Dragonborn is even more alien than that. So,
Okay, well, if that's the case, then I guess that he'll be encloaked as much as possible. But I mean, he is a huge creature, you know, with kind of like a bronzy gold flecked skin, and he's got this this elaborate ornate wooden spear that seems to be out of some kind of hardwood, and has all types of carving and etchings in it, which is kind of strange looking.
nice.
Guys, okay. So just in general, I mean, for Dragonborn, he is fairly open and fairly lighthearted, but just from what I've been told, I guess he's kind of experiencing maybe he's had some encounters with some people, some natives, and things have not gone well. So he's kind of withdrawn at the moment to a certain degree. Okay.
Sounds good.
So my character is probably hanging close to, knowing we're like in the same ordeal together, just in case something breaks out.
You got his back. Nice. So, okay, as you guys are doing this and going through it, you all feel this like torpor come across to you guys, and you start to feel really lethargic and sleepy. And no matter how hard you try, one by one, you all start to drift off.
All right.
What's that?
Oh, I was just gonna address the tiefling real quick.
Okay, go ahead. You have a little time.
Since I haven't said anything to anyone or introduced myself to the group, I just look at the rain, then look at the tiefling, and in Infernal, I state, I guess we're all stuck with the choice of the lesser of two evils. Mm-hmm.
I've got a reply in common. I'm sure I don't know what you mean.
I just look to Annan and say, that was a rather strange language. Did you understand any of it?
I kind of grumble and kind of shake my head and say no, but it didn't sound too inviting, whatever it was.
An ominous, like, crack of lightning.
Yeah. Matter of fact, that language even probably remind you a little bit of those howlings on the wind you heard.
Ixnay on the Infernal Bay.
My character comes away from the mouth of the cave and sits right next to the big hulking dragonborn and turns to him and says, is there anything you might be able to teach a man like me who is always seeking knowledge?
I kind of lean way over to like
I'm only 3'6".
To put my snout right, next to his nose.
I'm like concerned that Dragonborn's about to eat a child. oh, it's a dwarf, right?
And he kind of grumbles and he says, "I've never seen one of your sort before." And he kind of blinks and he says, "What are you?"
I'm a gnome. And what be you?
My people are commonly known as Dragonborn. We are descendants of the great serpents.
Oh, we haven't seen dragons around here lately. Right, David?
We have not seen dragons around here.
Juice, does Blinky have, like, did you say he was scribbling down stuff all the time? Does he have, like, a book or something, or a pad?
Yes, he, first of all, he's about 3'4". He has a shield strapped on his back and a short sword that's on his back as well. So for him, it almost looks like a great sword almost, but it's a short sword. And then he's got a pad of paper and an ink pen that he was jotting notes down about the storm and the frequency of the lightning and the colors and trying to discern if there's any patterns.
Okay.
And he shares all that with you, obviously.
Okay, and then kind of points a stubby clawed finger at the notepad, and he says, "That's Dragonborn," and tells you to make note of that.
I write it down, and you see a big picture of a dragon. I draw a dragon on there with some smoke coming out of his nose.
So Dave, is it just we aren't going to have any kind of communication problems, are we? We aren't worrying about that, or?
No, you guys all speak the same common tongue.
Okay, great. Okay, all right, good.
Your dialect might be slightly different, but pretty much it's still the same as what they're speaking. You can understand each other.
Okay, cool. All
right. My character's just going to curl up as close as it possibly can to the fire, if not like almost touching the fire, and just sort of relax and settle himself down a bit. It seems like everybody in here is not a psychopath, so that's okay.
Yeah. Well, and you find as soon as you do that, you're out like that, and the rest of you start to feel this lethargy come over you, and you just seem to be getting more tired and more tired, and it's really becoming harder and harder to keep your eyes open, even with the howling of the storm and the cracking of the thunder. and the eerie blowing of the wind, it's still you still find yourselves going out, and one by
Dave,
one. Yes,
is there a back to this cave, or does it run deep underground?
there is not. It's pretty shallow. I mean, it's enough space for you guys to hang out comfortably, but
So-
it dead ends.
Oh, okay, so there wouldn't be an ambush from behind or anything like that.
If there is, it's a very cleverly disguised one.
All right. Well, as feel like I'm going down, then my character is gonna put his back to a wall because he's very paranoid now after him losing the golden tree.
Oh, okay, and most of you guys with knowledge, nature, history, and survival skills, you know that mark you saw in the cave pretty much says it's a safe place. I mean, not that someone else couldn't go, hey, look, it's a safe place. That's a perfect place for an ambush. But for the most part, you feel like it would be secure.
All right, then he is going to succumb to the sleep.
Okay. So with that, you guys are all out. And
Coup de grace. We're all dead.
yep, and the game started
And the
over.
back of the
guys.
cave was a trap.
Good night.
Yeah. With that, you guys are awoken by the sunlight coming through the cave. Only it's an off color, and the sounds of the wildlands starts filtering through the mouth of the cave as well.
What does the air smell like?
It kind of smells like fresh mowed grass, only with a slightly sickly tang to it.
Hmm.
And the sunlight that's coming in is the color's wrong. It's almost like it keeps shifting through like a rainbow of colors, and it's not really bright either.
So I'm gonna fish out my bag and grab some spice blood sausage, and tear off a couple of hunks and make a noise and stretch and stuff. Make sure everybody else is awake.
Okay, and it seems like the storm has subsided from what you can tell from within the cave.
My character is going to he's gonna step out of the cave and look around. He still has his pad of paper out and his pen. And he is jotting some notes, but he's looking around real quick to see if there's any immediate danger.
Well, that's perfect because that you have your notepad to take some notes. Because as you step out of the cave, what you see is, for one, the sky is overcast, and instead of being like gray, it's more like purples and pinks and blues. And if that isn't odd enough, what you find leading directly out of the cave, going in one direction, is a 15-foot wide path with hedgerows on either side. Now, being the way your character is, I imagine you're going to kind of investigate a little bit, and even at a glance, you can see that those hedgerows have thorns on them, and the thorns, you can tell from here, are barbed, and they look rather nasty. And those hedgerows are covered in that oily substance that seemed to be falling from the sky the night before.
All right, I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna quickly yell back into the cave. Hey guys, I'm gonna go investigate this. This looks really wild out here.
Huh?
I'm
I'll go
going
wandering out to have a look.
I as well.
And I
Knowledge is
will
what
go to the
drives us.
hedgerows.
I follow.
I kind of mutter in passing. I think we'd be best served to stick together.
Okay, so be it.
Agreed.
As each of you
Unstrapped weapons.
As each of you exit the mouth of the cave and you look behind you, the cave is gone.
What the?
Glad I got my stuff.
Sorcery.
Running in both directions is just these hedgerows.
So much for my pot of tea. Is that an illusion?
Grah.
Yeah, matter of fact, the hedgerow path behind you, you can see there's a clearing not too far down, and from here you can see 2 rows of they look like totem poles.
Are they decorated or anything in any way?
They're carved with all kinds of leering bestial faces.
So not animals, they're more like monsters. From
Actually,
here.
it's a little bit of both.
My
Some of them.
character,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say my character's background, Dave, is a tribal marauder. Would I like notice or have been familiar with any of those carvings?
You do see some creatures that you might have encountered in the forest and the woodlands, like like orcs and goblin heads, and then some things that then there's some weird things like bears with ram horns.
My character's going to slap himself across the face to see if he's sleeping or not.
Is this a nightmare?
Yeah. Bad sausage.
I'm jotting notes down. I'm sketching things out that I can. I'm getting really close to some of this stuff. So if any of it's bad, it's probably really dangerous for me to get this close.
Okay. Well,
I'm just fascinated.
The hedgerows are about 30 foot tall, and and as you're examining, and you notice, some of the tops of those totem poles, what you can see from here, there is actually figures upon them. They actually look draconic in nature, except for very small, about 3 foot tall, and it's to me it's almost as if you took a dragon and melded it with a humanoid rat and gave it wings.
Oh, I've heard of these things.
And they're looking down at you.
Sacred Flame.
They're looking down at you guys, and they start chirping and talking back and forth.
Oh, they're real.
What language are they speaking?
They are actually mishmashing two languages, Common and Draconic.
Excellent.
Okay, I don't understand them.
All right.
And your people?
I tilt my head and try to see if I can understand what they're saying.
It's kind of disjointed to listen to them, but you can because you understand both of the languages, and they're going, look, it takes notes. Looks, it writes.
All right, I laugh, and I step forward and thrust my my fey spear at them, and I say, "Present yourselves. Who are you?"
We are we. Who are you?
All right, that annoys Anon to no end, just so you know. And with a huff, he commands them, step forward, come down here, so that I may speak with you.
Okay. So as you step forward, and you're to the actual clearing now, you can see past the hedgerows, and it's a circular clearing about 30 feet in diameter, and there
I hate to interrupt, Dave, but I need a quick mic check. Can you all hear me?
Yes, we got you.
Yep.
All right. I've been saying a few things, and it's just.
Oh, sometimes if people are talking, like you get, it'll drown you out.
Oh, okay.
So it's one of the difficulties of the Google Hangouts. So in this circular clearing, there's about a dozen of these small creatures, and there's about 19 of these poles. The poles go up about 20 feet. The hedgerows end about 30 feet. And they're looking at you guys kind of curiously, and you just commanded them to come down. And so they look at you, and they do this weird thing where they seem to like almost act together in their movements and their mannerisms. So as they look down at the dragon board, they says, "We think we'll stay up here."
Oh, come on, come down. He doesn't eat much.
I'm going to unsheath my fashard.
Sheath it.
Come, that is not necessary. No need for violence.
I'm going to turn it over and whack one of the poles that they're standing on with the blunt side of it and try to knock them off.
Okay.
I'll be like, hey, come on.
You know, I'm not going to do it like super hard or anything. I don't want to break the fashard. I just want to give it a good vibration.
Okay. Well, you do manage to knock him loose, but his wings puff out and begin to flap. And it starts screeching at you. Not nice, and points.
Well, how
And,
else do you want us to take
Arab-
this welcoming?
Our apologies, little one. We don't mean to break your art, and very fine artwork that it is. Could you tell us where we are?
you're in the maze of Mandoon. And if
Hey,
you do not...
real quick, I
Uh-huh.
rolled a nat 20. I've got a 5 on it for insight to see if these guys mean us harm.
You do notice that some of them are looking at you kind of hungrily. Although they have not actually acted on any of any malice on you guys yet, but they do. Some of them you do catch glimpses that they might be looking for something to put on the menu.
Are
But-
we?
Dave, have we heard of this Mandoon?
You have not.
Lucy. I come with a Lucy.
Hi, Lucy.
I'll mute my.
But you have not heard of the Maze of Mandoon, and even further, if you do not find your way out of the maze before sunrise, you are all doomed. You will be like us. You will be stuck here.
Oh man.
So Mandoon is not your master?
Mandoon is not our master.
Hmm.
All right, I turn to the rest of the party, and what do you make of this?
We're trapped.
This is fascinating.
I'm weary of these flying creatures. They might be speaking half-truths.
But even half-truths hold some truth.
But
Yes.
obviously
I'll leave
they're
it-
of draconic blood, so there must be some nobility about them.
I'll leave it up to the wiser of us to decide what's true.
I hope you guys aren't making jokes about our size.
Uh,
Dear God, the wisest, that's me.
with that, you guys hear a bellow in the distance, and all the little creatures, they kind of cock their heads, and they start nodding as if they're listening to something, and they hear something more.
I
I'm
don't
gonna
like
put
this
my
place.
pad of paper away, and I'm gonna pull my shield out and my sword just because. It just seems like a good time to do that.
I'll stand behind the gnome who's looking
I'm
to
gonna
protect.
pull my shield and hammer as well.
Ah, wise you are to be afraid.
There's no fear in me.
There's no fear in him.
I'm just being smart.
Oh no. You must put down your equipment before the dinner bell is rung, and it just rang.
That is.
I'm just ready to
maze.
study the innards of these beasts.
That was the beast of the maze, and he hungers. Every time new arrivals come, he hunts.
Oh, I like this knot.
If we defeat this beast, will we be freed from the maze?
I don't know. I have not seen any defeat him yet.
What does it look like? Could you like draw a description on the sand, maybe?
Ah, but that would be no fun. Why spoil the surprise?
I
All we
was
know
wrong.
all we know for sure is you must make it out before the dawn.
And I don't think these vultures are very noble.
No, not at all. That's why I said I was wrong.
So you guys have two directions you can go in.
I want to go towards the sound.
The sound kind of
So-
echoed all around.
So we've got a glade and not glade.
You have the glade, and then the hedgerows continue on the other side, or you can go back the way you came.
Does anybody have any kind of a tracking or something along those lines?
Well, we can all do it.
I have a really high
but
survival.
if you actually
I could
good at
ask my god.
it. Yeah, who's your god?
I'm not good at it at all.
Morden, father of the forge, creator of all, and
Right.
knower of all things.
Ah, so he knows nothing about this. Okay, great.
His god is a strong god.
I'm just-
Really?
Well,
Great.
actually, Morden is a god of knowledge.
Yeah,
Oh.
my character is kind of in awe at it. Like, I respect most of the Pantheon.
Yeah.
My character is atheist.
Hey, Dave, I've got my background is he's an outlander, and he's got the wanderer feature. So he has a good eye and memory for like maps and geography and stuff. So I don't know. I'll just kind of try to make mental notes of this and point away from the glade, I guess, towards the hedgerows and say, I think we should head in this direction.
What gods do you use? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. But
we actually just have some homebrew, so we really don't have gods per se. We insert them as need be.
Okay, well, give me whoever your knowledge god is, and that's my god. So.
Okay, that's Quinthal. That would be the god of magic and mysteries.
Perfect. Quinthal, you said?
Quinthal, yep.
Quinthal. Okay.
Is it okay that I still use Moradin? Because I can switch.
Yeah, that's fine for now.
Alright.
I'm going to make small offerings of blood sausage thrown into the bushes for Eep, the god of things that squeak when they die, and
Don't waste the blood sausage like that.
I'm half convinced this blood sausage is causing these hallucinations in the first place.
Yeah. So the little critters start rubbing their paws together, and you hear them kind of muttering to themselves. We've been here so long. We're so hungry.
Eat
Come
the gnome.
feast on my
Have the
blade.
strangers have any food?
I've got some delicious blood sausage here for you if you want to be cooperative and maybe scout out ahead for us. Go for a fly around, come back, tell us what's there, and I'll give you a nice slice of the sausage, my little friend.
So there's like a dozen of them, and they're looking at the sausage you're holding up. Do you have more of that?
I offer to break bread.
They start closing in almost like pigeons or seagulls.
Morning?
Now, don't be greedy.
I'm gonna take a defensive position next to Ekminos.
You don't want to lose your life over just a snack, do you?
We're so hungry. We've been here so long. There's no food. Nothing.
My friends, I like the snot. Take out hand crossbow.
We just wants a little nibble.
Now, that wasn't the agreement.
Just the bites.
Surprise attack!
Watch it.
Oh shit, roll a 2.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm not doing anything.
So be like, ping! That was a warning shot!
So they start chirping, gives us the food, gives us the food.
Guys,
And,
let's just leave these dudes here.
And now they're approaching menacingly.
Oh.
As menacing as something 3 foot tall can be anyway, but there's a dozen of them.
But they're flying, or are they on the ground?
They're kind of like half jumping, flying.
I'm going to charge at one on the ground, and
Okay.
I want to hit it. I just want to kill something.
Alright, drop initiative.
13. I'll type it inside.
Okay.
Dave, I just sent you on Facebook so you can see I just got my second nat 20 in a row.
Okay, there's a chat on the side.
If you go to the top left, there's a blue
Oh yeah,
box.
I've got that open, but I was sending you the image, the screenshot, so you can see that I got the roll.
Oh, okay. Well, that's okay.
Because I know people fudge rolls, and I didn't want to. Yeah.
Don't worry, you're in company with people that do not fudge rolls.
That's not true. I rolled a natural 20, but I said I only rolled a 12. That way later I can pull out the 20 when I need it.
Yeah, I hate when I crit on the on initiative. It's such a waste.
Oh, I know.
Well, I've got 2 wasted 20s in a row here, so we're just kind of gonna let it roll.
No, you're just conditioning your dice, man. Perfect practice makes perfect.
Yeah, I think AJ's going to go first.
35. What? Nah.
No, that was just a joke. Mine's a
He was joking. So far I've seen the high of 21 can go.
Compensating. It's your turn, Nigel.
Nigel, your turn.
You're muted, Nigel.
There you go.
I muted myself because my kid was right there and my wife just came in with the food. All right. How close is the nearest oogly?
Probably like 15 feet away from you. They've been slowly closing. They don't seem to be reacting very fast. They're very focused on getting something to eat.
All right, I'm gonna blast one of them with Sacred Flame. And
roll your damage.
I completely forgot how much damage that is. Give me 2 seconds to look that up.
No problem. Roll a die 8. It's a die 8.
Ah, die 8. Okay. That's 2.
Nice. So the fire rains down upon the little draconic rat creature, and it dances to the side. So you only singe it a little bit. And so who do we got next? I see a 13.
Oh, is that me?
That's you.
All right. Yes. I am going to run up to the nearest one, and I'm going to put my short sword in between its eyes.
Okay. There's several that are close together, one of them being the one that the dwarf just singed, or a fresh one.
I'm going for the syringed one, but an 8 to hit.
8 to hit is not going to do it. It jumps into the air, squawking and laughing at you.
I jump at its feet.
And David, you've never seen a noble thing of dragon blood squawk before.
Yeah, I'm not impressed yet.
Furtherly lowering your opinion. So next we have a couple 11s.
You can go first, AJ.
Okay. I'm going to fire off at the nearest one with my hand crossbow again. That's better. So it's a 17 plus 4.
And that will definitely hit.
So that's a 1d6 plus 2. Ooh. Okay, forget that one. That's gone. Ooh, 6. Okay, so that's 8 points of damage.
Okay, you put that right in its eye, and its head jerks back, and it drops to the ground and starts spasming.
Told you it was a warning shot.
Just like the tabletop one-shot.
And they start screaming, "Eeks, a murderer! Murderer! Murderer!"
Oh yeah.
187 on a squawking flying bird.
And Andrew's up.
What's the closest one to me? Like, how far away is he?
About 15 feet away.
About 15 feet. Okay, I'm going to use my lunging attack then and use a superiority dice, which gives me plus 5 reach to my already 10 reach, so I can hit him without moving.
Yes, it does.
Alright, so it's going to be 16.
That hits.
Alright. Then it's 4 plus 3. 7, and then I get to add my superiority dice.
Nice.
So 12 damage.
Brutal.
You lunge forward and put it straight through its little chest, right dead center, and in the back it just explodes out of its back in a shower of blood and gore, and it didn't even have time to screech.
I'm going to rotate it and then rip it upward, cutting it in half and pulling the shard back to me.
You do it with ease. It's the whole whopping 30 pounds of its body doesn't even seem to slow your maneuver.
I go back into that posture again, guarding Ekmenos.
All right, and speaking of Ekmenos, he's up. Number 9.
Wow. Have the creatures changed their, did they all flutter away yet, or are they kind of still kind of there around us, or what?
They're still kind of around you. They haven't acted yet. They're still kind of now they're in a kind of state of shock because a minute ago they were going to go get some food and now they're being massacred.
All right, I kind of arc my spear towards them, kind of in a wide arc, and just kind of throw my arms up and tell them to flee, be gone, cowards, before you're all dead, and see if they do so.
With that, they seem to be heeding your warning, and they jump into the air, and they fly to almost to the very top of the hedgerows. So they're about 30 feet. They're just under the top of it. For whatever reason, it looks like they should be able to easily just fly over it, but they don't.
All right. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
And with that, they all begin reaching into pouches.
Oh, come on. No. Okay. Well, I was going to say we don't have room or time for this. We need to, go forth, but I guess something else is about to happen. So I look at them and see what they're going to do next then.
They pull out rocks and start throwing them down.
That's not good, man.
I'd almost
Kill
think
them all!
it is
Kill them
they
all!
are bound to the pillars somehow.
Boy, they're annoying.
I use the blunt side of my fashard and bat one back at the bastards.
So.
No.
No?
No. Let me know when it's my turn.
Okay. Well, AJ, a 18, does that hit you?
Yeah.
All right.
Right in the horns.
It's everybody.
Hey.
Was that
So
the one roll for everybody?
No, not quite yet. So you took a whopping 4 points of damage as a rock falls and bounces off your shoulder.
Son of a bitch.
A 12, does that hit you, Andrew?
No, it doesn't.
You actually do bat 2 rocks out of the air as they come flying towards your direction. David, a 11 or 15?
15 hits for sure.
So you nimbly skip out of the way of the one, and the other one hits you for 4 points of damage.
Right between the eyes. Okay.
And Blinky, you're a rock gnome.
And Blinky, our rock gnome, does a 14 hit you?
It does not.
So you get up your shield, and both rocks just bounce off of it.
That's right.
Flying past my face. Higher! Higher!
Oh, come on. If you can't kill the gnome, what good are you?
You can't kill a rock gnome. Rock's right in my name.
Right. He's got rock immunity.
I am the rock gnome.
Nigel, does a 16 hit you?
Nope.
Nope. Okay, so you also skip out of the way of 2 rocks.
I'm going to block it with my face. I've got a helmet.
Yeah.
Nice.
So with that, we're back to the top of the order.
Nigel.
Alrighty, and they're all flying up there, so I can't exactly smash one with a hammer. So I'm going to Sacred Flame another one. 5 damage unless he makes a saving throw for half.
Yep.
Or saving throw.
What is your DC?
That would be 13.
Okay, so he takes half. You send another one.
He takes no damage on the saving throw. Let me check though. It won't
I
take
think
me more.
It's safe for half, I'm pretty sure, but if not, we will correct it later. So it takes 2, and moving right down the order. AJ. Or no,
Juice.
Juice is next, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
13.
I quickly sheath my sword, and I make a motion, like kind of almost looks like I'm imaginarily peeling off my chest plate, which I don't have a chest plate, and all of a sudden 3 bolts of fire go flying out from my hand and hit 3 of them. Magic missile. And 3, 3, and 4 damage, and they hit 3 different ones.
Okay, so
Pew pew pew.
so you've injured 3 of them, and they squeal in pain as your magic missiles rip into them, and they are very unhappy.
That's right.
Now we're at AJ and Andrew.
God damn it! Keep dropping my dice.
Don't talk to your
All right.
gods that way.
Oh, 18.
Elminster would not be happy.
18 plus 4.
That definitely hits. Are you attacking an injured one or a fresh one?
An injured one, and that'll be 6 points of damage.
All right. Again, the Tiefling sharpshooter puts one through their eyes, or through an eye, and it comes toppling down. And as it comes fluttering down, it smashes into the side of the hedgerow and just sticks there. It's just like face plants and stuck. And you hear a little bit of a ripping sound as it splats into it. And you're like, that guy. You figure that had to hurt.
Don't touch the trees.
Don't have to tell me twice.
Andrew.
How far would you say they are from me now, Dave? Within a movement?
They are 25 feet in the air.
Oh, okay, so they're outside of it. I'm going to just ready an action. Well, actually, I don't need to because I can opportunity attack with Polearm Master. So I'm just going to keep guarding Ekmenos.
Okay. And David, you're up.
Okay, all right. Out of frustration, I'll thrust my hand up towards one of the wounded ones, I guess, and bark out some arcane words of power and shoot an Eldritch Blast at him. What's their, or rather, I'll roll, and I'll tell you what I roll. You can tell me if I hit. 19.
Absolutely, that hits.
Okay, so it'll take 9 points of damage.
You just totally blew one of its heads off.
Okay, wonderful.
It is headless. The corpse falls to the ground,
Okay.
sizzling and bopping. At this point, you guys have put a seriously hurt in their numbers. The first time, when you first attacked, they seemed a little dim-witted. So it almost seemed like, even though they were provoking you guys, they almost seemed surprised that you actually attacked them. Anyway, and with that, they start squealing and they're flying away. They don't seem to want anymore. But again, they don't go above the hedgerow for some reason. It seems very odd.
Take a bite out of my sausage. My sausage!
And you hear them squeaking, murderers, murderers, as they fly off. You will be food for the beast. The beast will feast upon your bones.
That's a good point. We should gather up some of these bodies and throw it at the beast when the beast comes.
I like the way you think.
Too bad I don't have that spell. I could have held 500 pounds of these things.
Nice.
No. Tensor's floating kobold carrier.
Yeah. Could have been a serving dish.
Nice.
It's this floating bait stick.
So now that you're fully into the clearing, you can see there's nothing here other than more of those weird totem poles. And again, you could either continue forward or you can go back the way you came. And now there's a handful of these lizard-like, these reptilian humanoid creatures littering the ground.
Guys, I think we should go the opposite direction that those flew.
Do you think they were heading towards the beast?
I think they're heading away from it, and I want to go towards it.
Why would you want to do that?
Well, the beast may know the secret to us escaping this maze.
Yes, and plus, it's probably a very fascinating creature. I've probably never seen it. I need to write this down.
Well, the scriptures of Moradin do state that if one can find a new form of jerky, one must.
Here, here.
I may like this guy's god after all.
He said jerky?
Yeah, I'm a little hungry. You got any more of that blood sausage?
I haven't made any suggestions about eating the kobolds out of character
Yeah, it's more
because
personal,
we've got a dragon. Because we've got a dragonborn with us, and they're a little close.
Oh
I
my
don't know how
goodness.
they feel about that sort of thing.
I'm going to
This
pick
is
up.
the-
Oh, sorry, AJ.
This is the last of my sausage, and I'm not sharing. Blood has been spilled.
I have bread. I mean, I'll trade you.
Bread for sausage? That's kind of a bad deal.
I have 10 days of rations.
Really
I'm
don't
sure
work.
there's something
Really
good in there.
But it's Latinus bread or whatever that is.
Yeah, it's special, Elven bread.
Mm.
I
So
want
I gotta go
to.
check on my kit.
So they flew basically through the other side of the clearing. If you wish to go the other way, that would be turning around and going back the way you came. Not that you really came all that far.
Before we leave, Dave, I want to pick up a rock and try to throw it over the hedge, and see if the top of the hedge interacts with the rock somehow.
As soon as it clears the top, thorny vines shoot out and snatch it from the air. And they wrap around it and keep wrapping tighter and tighter till it actually crushes the rock.
Come on, Andrew. You knew that. Come on, man.
Hey, guys, do you want to try to set this place on fire?
Yes.
Okay,
With us in it.
I pull the torch out of my bag and I light it on fire. I get it going.
Okay.
And
I throw 1 flask of oil on it.
yeah, you just need to douse the shrubs on the side.
Well, they already look oily.
Okay, great. I will toss this over at the shrub to see if it catches on fire.
Can I go on record saying that this is a bad idea?
You guys can stay away.
Well noted,
I can't
sir.
say a thing because my character's wisdom is so crap.
What better way to get out of the maze than to burn the maze down?
You know, actually, I'm gonna windmill my polearm and kind of use it like a fan, a bellows on the flame.
Oh my god.
Shit.
Yeah. So so I tossed the torch over where the flask of oil
I'm gonna
was
use
put.
augury to make it so the the lit up bush or whatever he's flaming up is like all mystical looking.
So it does ignite and it is burning,
Okay. Excellent.
but the fire does not seem to be consuming it.
Ooh.
I think you're making the tree
can I do it?
angry.
Can I do an Arcana check and see if maybe I know of anything about this type of bush or any kind of plant life not being able to catch on fire?
What are your proficiencies? Do you have nature?
I have Arcana.
Okay. But some of you do have nature. If you guys do examine the hedgerow, you right away you cannot discern what this vegetation is. You've never seen anything like it. And as far as you don't know of anything that burns without actually burning.
I don't know of any magic that would stop that either, right?
No, it's very odd, and it's definitely something of it's definitely a mystical property because nothing in the natural world would burn like that and not consume
Right.
the fuel.
Okay.
All right, I'm curious about this. Which knowledge check do I need for this?
Which knowledges do you have? You probably have them all, don't you?
I can have all of them in a second by channel divinity.
Well, I just know as a knowledge priest, you get up with a lot of proficiencies.
Yeah, I do, but I don't have Arcana or Nature, ironically.
Oh.
Yeah,
So
that was a waste of a torch. Darn.
no check required. You don't know what's going on with it. You just know it's not right. And then, if you guys are sticking around that long to watch the flames,
No, I'm not.
okay.
No, but I do want to point out that if the bush isn't burning, can we test this out on something else? I say we light the gnome on fire.
Well, there's the totem poles. We can light a totem pole on fire, see what happens.
Oh, let's do that. Yeah, I'll do that.
I'll just mage hand your already lit torch and then bring it over and try and spark up a totem pole.
Perfect.
This place is cursed.
So
Yeah.
the totem pole actually won't light, and it's made of wood. That should probably burn. You're thinking.
This is like that hilltop in Conan. We need an upset barbarian.
Every once in a while, a face comes out of the fire on the burning bush,
We need a magic knife and a plate too.
and with different expressions on the faces, from shock and awe to fear to joy, and it just seems random.
I'm starting to think it's time to leave this place.
Yeah,
That's what I've been saying.
Sorry for
writing
dodging
this
the
down in
Minecraft.
between everything.
Get to
I
the
start
chopper.
wandering into the maze.
I think we're in some really well-made magical construction of some kind, like an illusion, but I can't see past it. Either that or we're the playthings of the gods right now.
The walls here seem unorthodox.
Orphan does say that if one can play, one should play with thyself.
Ah, yes.
You
Wise
follow
words.
you follow a very strange version of Moradin.
Right.
The misquoting thing. I saw an opportunity. I had to take it.
This is more than orthodox.
So with that, you guys begin moving away from the flames and the clearing. I take it.
My character doesn't like this at all because he's convinced he can't be fooled. It's one of his character flaws, and he's feeling very fooled right now.
Fooled. Yeah.
What is going on?
So far, this place is very strange and isn't following the natural laws as you know them.
My character's eating this up. He is just so excited. He's like a kid in a candy store. New experiences are great.
What's your
Did the
character?
rain bring another plane here or something? Are we still on the same world?
You can't
Clearly
tell
we
because
are.
when you look at the sky, it doesn't look like any world it doesn't look like the sky you've ever seen. It's
I want
streaked
to go
with
back to my cave.
it's streaked with blues and purples and greens and grays.
Anna, do you think
Clearly
this has
not
something
home
to
anymore.
do with the destruction of the tree?
Tree? What tree?
It's probably it probably has to do with the bleeding of chaos in its entirety, I would guess. So it's connected, yes, but in what way? Who knows?
We could be under a sleep spell.
It's all just a dream.
Quick, Blinky, come here. And I slap Blinky across the face.
I wanted to poke the dwarf with my sword and see if that would wake him up, but
Well, the slap did not wake you up. It kind of stung.
jerk. I don't like this human. Just because you're taller than me does not make you better than me.
I drop
I
down
agree.
to 1 knee and I apologize and give him a ration.
I say we eat the human and then make jerky out of the dragonborn.
Oh, the party cooperation. I love it.
I am not for eating any of you people. Let's just go. Let's go
If we're
see
gonna-
Let's
what
move
awaits
on.
us. Yes. What awaits us? Let's go find out. So I got my sword. I got my axe out this time and my shield. My hand
Guys,
axe.
do me a favor. In the chat, put your passive perception.
Yes, sir.
This is where I'm gonna shine.
Yeah, you are. Shine off my blade.
As we're walking, I'm behind the gnome and I have a reed, and I keep smacking him in the ear with it like a fly's attacking him.
I thought passive was a bonus. It's actually what your wisdom is?
It's 10 plus your perception
Oh,
score.
I'm sorry. Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Can I turn around and hit Andrew with my hand axe?
You could
The
if you
blunt
wanted
side
to.
of it.
Well, as you go to do that, off to the left, Andrew and Nigel, you hear it sounds like like hooves beating the ground, like a horse is coming.
Galahar, I hear your mother.
I go, shh, 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 something's coming.
And so with that, drop initiative, Nigel and Andrew.
That's 17.
Okay, so you guys both look up in time, and you can actually make an attack, Andrew, of opportunity.
Okay.
For being a polearm master.
Sweet. I definitely do. That is a 20, but not a natural 20.
Okay.
What is it that I see?
What you actually see, and the reason why now you understand why it sounded like a horse, was, there's a figure that's 12 feet tall, probably 5-6 feet wide, coming directly towards you, hooved feet, and it appears to be some kind of hybrid between a bull and a humanoid. And you guys have probably heard stories of mythologies about minotaurs. And if you had to guess, you would say that's what one looks like when its head's lowered towards you and charging.
Oh dear God.
So you clip it for how much damage did you do?
Okay, that's going to be 8 damage.
8 damage. Okay, so you slice it as it comes in, and it slams into the dwarf, hitting AC AC 22. And Nigel, can you give me a strength check?
I don't know if he's there or not.
I don't know if he's there or not either. I see a picture.
Sorry about that. I had to move the location of where I was. Yeah, I rolled a 3 on my strength check, and you hit me clean.
Yes, that's awesome, because you just so it hits you with the gore attack, driving the horns into you for shoot.
That's not good.
That's not good. 25 points of damage.
Oh my
You're
God.
dead.
Wow. Okay.
Holy shit.
Just got real.
So I just lost my virginity.
How many hit points do you have?
None.
I've got 33.
What's that?
33.
Oh wow. Okay.
Holy shit.
That would have killed me, man.
Not that. You dead, 0.
That's a love tap.
Yeah. So with that, you go flying 10 feet into the hedgerow,
Yeah, you did.
and you're stuck on it. So you take 1 more point of damage, and you just feel it holding you there, and the Minotaur just keeps on trucking by, doesn't even stop.
So that's 28 points total?
26.
26. Okay, cool.
And it just keeps trucking on by. And the way the hedgerows are set up, you actually didn't realize there was a side passage there until the Minotaur came out of it. And it's as if he knew you guys were there. And as he's running off, he lets out a bellow of sheer joy.
Oh, playtime.
And then he turns a corner. What are you guys doing? The dwarf's stuck to the hedgerow.
Freaking out. That's what I'm doing.
That was awesome.
I'm gonna run and try to take the dwarf off of the hedgerow.
Yeah.
Pull him down.
Well,
I'll help.
So when you guys go over there, and Nigel, you're kind of stuck, and you don't want to be pulled off of here. Does anyone not have the medicine proficiency?
Nope. No. I have a really good medicine score, though.
Okay, well, you can give me a check. You don't actually have to have the proficiency to check.
Does anybody have, like, Big B's giant spatula so we could, like...
It's only a 9, Dave.
I'm going to help him with
Okay.
his medicine check. 17.
Okay, well, he has advantage then. So he can roll a second time.
Alright.
Or we can just use that as your medicine check.
That's fine, we'll do that.
I actually got the same thing, so...
Okay, so you instantly realize when you grab him, going, you know what? If I pull, it's gonna rip. But what you realize, if you carefully, kind of manipulate around the barbs, you can like get him off.
Each barb.
Yeah, 1 barb at a time. It's a little time consuming. But
And if you just slice them off, man.
if you just pull him off, you
Take
just
a
know it's gonna rip and cause aggravated damage.
Well, I have an idea. I look at Blinky.
Like a knife with peanut butter. Just slice them.
I look at Blinky and ask Blinky if he has butter, because he looks like the type of man that would have butter.
May not be the kind of butter you want, but yeah, you know, butter.
Give me a couple minutes. I can give you some butter.
Oh.
No knuckle butter.
I don't have anything, man.
I don't think putting oil on him would be a good idea, so...
Well, so you guys know if you just take your time, you can get him off.
Wait, so who's helping the cleric now? I know this guy's coming back around for another run, and I want to know who's standing here. So what's the situation?
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
so we have the gnome and the human debating over the dwarf, the best way to get him off of the hedgerow.
The 2 warriors. Okay, all right, I understand.
Brain power's not our strength.
Okay, got it.
Can we please use a
my guy's
different
kinda
term before I lose it?
My character has an int of 8.
I'm a 15. I'm pretty solid when it comes to intelligence.
Alright, I defer to you, Master Gnome.
Let's just slowly work it off there. One of us will pick him up. The other one will start pulling the barbs out of his armor and his skin.
Alright, we start shimmying him down.
And so, after like 5-10 minutes of work, you guys get him off. No more pain is inflicted or damage. But, the gnome or the dwarf looks a little worse for wear.
So the Minotaur just did a drive-by and kept going, basically?
It absolutely did.
I'm like a prom date. It didn't even buy me breakfast.
How far away until we can't hear him anymore?
You no longer hear him.
Right, but I mean, how far did he get away before?
Before you guys stopped hearing him. Okay.
Yeah.
Soon after he rounded the corner, I would say you heard him for like another 30 seconds.
Okay, so we could hear him from about 40 feet away or so.
I mean, he's huge and lumbering, right? I mean, he's like a locomotive train, right?
He's got hoofs.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that.
He ain't
All right.
stealthy. Well, I don't think.
So I'm just going to tell everyone, guys, just try to pay attention and see if you can hear or feel him coming next time.
But so if anyone wants to phantom a
I think they
knowledge,
just saw me coming.
history, or nature check to see if they know anything about minotaurs, they can.
Oh, yeah, I killed it. History. Let's see what my proficiency bonus gives. I'm over 20. 23.
Okay. So
Same thing here.
Okay, so essentially, from what you guys know from legends and from the stories, they're natural-born hunters, and they're virtually impossible to lose or confuse in any kind of maze or any natural surrounding at all. It's actually rumored that powerful beings will place them to guard labyrinths just for that purpose, because they are totally immune to being confused or distracted within the maze, and they like to hunt. So, as you saw from that one, it really did seem to enjoy inflicting pain upon the dwarf.
All right,
Who
we are
doesn't?
this guy's plaything, so like I said, we need to keep our eyes peeled and be a little bit more strategic as we travel through this maze.
With as high as my perception is, I'm going to try to take point then.
Okay, so
I'll be behind him.
at this point, you guys have now been traveling for hours, and it just doesn't seem to change.
Hold on. All right. Are we able to take a short rest after my unscrewing from the wall?
Yeah, it's up to you guys.
I mean, I'm fine with that, I guess.
All right, cool. Because I just wanted to blow some hit dice to recover from that penetration.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Does an Eldritch Knight gain his spells back from a short rest, or is it just the Warlock?
I know wizards do as well.
Yeah.
Wizards do too. So then I would assume, because I have wizard spells, right?
Well, one of you guys can look it up under your spell casting. For wizards, it's actually an ability where they get X amount back. Warlocks are the coolest, where they just get everything back.
Well, either way, I got my rolls here. 8, 7, 4. For my hit dice spent to get back, each one of those gets a 2. So 15, 19, 25 hit points back.
Okay, so you're only down a point now, so you're pretty good.
Yeah.
'Twas but a flesh wound.
And I chalk it up to good ale and good jerky as to my recovery.
That and a thick dwarven skull. So, after your rest, you start, going down the path. Or, well, actually, you're kind of at you're at an intersection with basically 4 ways to go. The way you came, forward, the way the Minotaur came from, or the direction the Minotaur went.
I think we should go the way it came from.
Sounds like a good idea to me.
I can't argue with it.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine.
All right, press forward.
So with that, you begin to travel, and 15 minutes goes by, everything looks the same. A half hour goes by, everything looks the same. It's very much like that scene from Labyrinth when the girl first gets in there, and it just is never ending. And it goes on for like that for about an hour, and then all of a sudden in the distance you hear the sound of water.
Head towards the water.
Well, you round a corner, and you come to another 4-way intersection. It's except for it's very large. It's about 40 feet by 40 feet, and in the dead center of it, there's a water fountain. It's squared. It has a raised-up dais upon it, and upon that dais is 4 gargoyle statues, and they're all back to back, kind of like in different poses, with their wings outstretched, and in the middle of them, water is shooting up, and then fountaining down and cascading on top of them into the basin of the fountain. And from here, you can even see something glittering in the water.
Glittering? I move forward.
As you get closer and closer to the fountain, you definitely see more and more glittering. You can see there's coins in there.
Mm.
And every once in a while, you're a little bit far away, but every once in a while you see something that sparkles as well.
Oh, I'm definitely moving up to have a look at the sparklies. Like, close enough to reach in and grab something.
I put a hand on Akmenos' shoulder and ask him to use caution
Caution about what?
before you lose a finger. Everything that glitters is not gold.
I'll try and mage hand into the water to pick up a glittery thing.
Ah, so you reach in and you pull out a silver coin.
Bring it over.
And bring it over, and it looks like silver. It's an odd mint. You've never seen the coin before, but that's silver. It's spendable.
Silver.
Well, if we run into a were-pixie, then we're all set for weaponry.
Do they sell weaponry?
And then you definitely see some gold in there. So what's your range on that? Like 30 feet?
Yeah.
And you had to get a little closer to actually see what was going on.
Oh, I was right. I was right, like hovering over top of the stuff.
Oh, so you went right over top of it. Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
Well, as you're doing that, you probably never even got to get the coin quite yet because you went so close. The water actually begins to swirl and kind of congeal and come up and into the form of, it looks like a giant serpent made of water.
Oh man, you are pulling out the old school stuff.
And then it slams into your chest. Maybe. 18 to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you think? Yeah.
It missed.
Come on, man! In 3rd edition and Pathfinder, that 18 is nothing.
See, that's silly. Yeah.
You're right. It would scale, and that would have been a 30-something to hit.
Yeah,
Wow.
well, that's true. So with that, it begins to coil around you.
I lash at it. So I'm kind of close, I guess.
Man, this is really bothering me.
And you take 13 points of damage.
Oh my gosh.
Ow.
Does it have them in its coils, or just kind of whipped at him? Or?
No, it's wrapping around him and trying to pull him to the pond.
Okay.
So you can make a escape check. So you can either use acrobatics or just a straight up dex check, I believe.
What am I doing? Making a check.
Yeah, it's acrobatics, I believe, or just a dex check.
Okay. Acrobatics. Yep.
Or I believe you can choose to use strength and athletics as well.
Acrobatics should do it. I just rolled a 19. Thank you, Ed. Plus 2, so that's 21.
Okay, as it slams into your chest, driving you back, and then begins to wrap around you. But what you do is you drop straight down on your heels and just start doing a reverse somersault away from it.
Nice.
And
That hurt severely.
And then it whips back up, and it seems to be looking for its next victim.
Oh, stay away from the water. It's bad.
I told you. Nobody listens to me.
Sure. The water was the dangerous thing.
Ekmenos, how much money do you reckon is down there?
Can we just say
Not enough.
away?
Not enough.
At a glance, you definitely saw there's easily 100 coins in that fountain.
Yeah, and the bones of 100 victims.
There's 100 reasons to die there.
I'm going to heed the advice of my dragon friend this time.
Do the gargoyles appear to be statues?
They look like statues to you.
Okay. Do we, as we back away from the water weird, I think is what it is there anything that we notice about the fountain other than it being filled with coins? Anything else, like any markings or anything like that on it?
Yeah, there's writings along the outside of it.
Nothing.
Seem to be etched in well, actually, a language you're very familiar with, in Draconic.
More Draconic, huh?
More Draconic.
Anything that says exit this way or anything nice like that, or no?
No, just this seems to repeat different variations on one word, orc.
Orc? Okay.
Orc.
Okay. All right.
With an H. Orc with an H.
Really? Okay. Okay.
Work.
So, and this fountain was in the middle of another T intersection again, right?
It's a four-way intersection.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, four-way.
So let me get this straight. We've never seen a Dragonborn before. All of a sudden, we wake up in the morning in Dragonville with little dragons who are trying to eat us, and now he's reading Draconic script of a fountain which tried to kill me.
What are you trying to say?
Although you guys aren't familiar with Dragonborn, you are familiar with Draconic because it's the magic of the language of magic.
Right.
My character's starting to put the dots together, and he's starting to think that maybe this Dragonborn might be to blame.
Yeah, I can see how my actions are quite suspicious.
Now
I'm thinking that the dragon is using this to soften us up because it fears us. It fears our mighty jerky-making abilities.
He hungered for my sausage. This is the result.
Well, we better make our minds up and do something before that Minotaur comes back.
And you also have the water serpent hovering in the center of this intersection.
Is it a situation where if we try to go past, we'll come within its potential grasp or whatever?
Yeah, well, it struck at about 10 feet away from the fountain.
It was kind of
So maybe if you edge your way around the perimeter, you can probably stay just out of its reach.
Could I try an experimental arrow into this thing to see if it has any effect?
And you can, and you don't actually know if it can leave the fountain or not. It hasn't, but you don't know.
So this water creature is the statue, was that right?
No, it was in the fountain.
Okay.
Can I try firing at it with my hand crossbow?
Yes, you can.
15. So it's 22. And potentially 5 points of damage.
Okay, so it shrieks in anguish when you hit it. More anguish than pain. But it kind of like pierces the water and then skips off.
Okay.
All right, I've had it with this son of a bitch. I'm gonna get 15 feet away from the gargoyle and use another lunging attack to stay out of its range, but strike the gargoyle statue.
The gargoyle statue.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if it's connected to the serpent somehow.
Okay.
I'm gonna shatter.
And you did get your superiority dice back because you guys took a short rest.
Yeah. Oh, that's a crit 20.
Okay, roll your damage.
What a waste of a crit.
I know, right?
Maybe not. You never know.
19 damage.
Okay, so you slam into the dead center into the chest of the gargoyle statue. Sorry, I'm wrestling with my dog here. Go lay down, boy. And the statue actually shatters into a bazillion pieces. So so you lunge from 15 feet away. Well, when you do that, the water serpent tries to strike you, but falls short. And just out of reach from you, it's basically like almost in your face and hissing at you. probably sprayed a little bit of its wateryness on you.
Yeah, I just kind of flourished the Fashard in a mocking manner, taking inventory of my handiwork.
So you did break a statue, but it didn't seem to really do anything other than that.
Well, I'm out of ideas.
I'm impressed.
Yeah, I
Well,
kind
the
of.
arrows seem to work. Maybe it doesn't like the metal.
If you could have just hit that Minotaur thing with that, you would have you'd have done some damage there, buddy.
I give a wink to Blinky.
He
Okay,
did
I'm going to try.
He did hit the Minotaur. He just didn't do as much damage.
Right.
I'm going to actually use a full-on slot-using spell here, and hopefully,
Alrighty. And yes, the frozen spell
this
worked.
thing.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Somebody could freeze the water. That would have been cool.
So, a witch bolt.
Oh, Witch Bolt.
Crispy.
Nice.
That's a good one.
Okay.
All right, sorry about that.
So that's a 13 plus. Shit, what is it? Dex. Plus 2, 15.
15 to hit.
And, yep.
Is there a saving throw on that, or you just do damage?
Witch
No, I
bolt
think
is
it's
to
just a-
hit. It's a hit.
It's just to hit. Yeah.
Yeah, if he hits, he damage.
So it's your armor class.
And
Okay.
Witch Bolt, you can channel that too, can't you?
Oh yeah, for a minute he can just sit there frying it.
Was a ritual.
So 10 rounds.
Basically, unless it takes cover or gets out of the way or kills me, this thing's just going to keep on doing damage, which is a 1d12. It's electrical.
Yep.
Now, is that a cantrip or first level?
It's the first level. So that's 6 points of damage.
Okay, so it fully takes. It appears to fully take the damages. You're full on going Emperor on it. Yes, yes you are. And it is it's thrashing around. It's screeching. It's trying to go to the other side of the fountain. It doesn't seem like it can leave the fountain, and
Excellent.
it is just in agony. It is, it is starting to thrash itself against the gargoyle statues.
This thing took down my hit points considerably, so it's got to die.
Or so you think. It's
Let me
immortal.
know when it's my turn.
Okay, well that's his action, and so basically, the rest of you can act however you want.
Oh, I'm going to heal him since he's been injured and poked at.
Okay.
Right.
I'm going to take note of how long it's taking to kill this beast in the water.
Nice.
Truth be told, this is the first time I've actually cast the Cure Wounds spell, so excuse me.
If you cast it as a first level spell, it's die 8 plus your wisdom, I believe.
I'm not normally a healer. I'm usually something that makes things go squish squish.
Yeah. I turn to Galahar and I say, dude, I just got a 1,000,000 gold idea. I'm going to create something called a monster manual.
My friend, you might be onto something.
Yeah.
Alright, he heals 10 hit points then.
Are you healing me?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
The one who got all squishy.
Back up to 13.
So if no one else is doing anything, you can just roll another 9 die 12.
9.
I'm going to watch our back and make sure that Minotaur's not coming back around.
Ooh, good idea.
I'm going to whistle chipperly while I watch it get fried.
That involves math, damn it.
It does require math.
Where's my calculator? There it is.
I'm going to use my hide action. Do you want me to make a dex saving throw, Dave?
A saving throw? Well,
Or
yeah,
not
you
a
can
saving throw, but a
yeah,
check.
you can check.
All right, I have a 14 to hide.
Okay.
So That's a total of 52 points of damage.
So it actually takes the full minute, but at the end of that minute, the thing explodes into a cloud of steam, and the water level in the fountain has gone down significantly.
Nice. My hands are like slightly magnetized now.
The whole time, the thing has been thrashing back and forth and screeching, and just it's almost like reliving the storm all over again. It was so hard to listen to, and
There's a certain amount of devilish glee in my eyes from the pain and suffering that thing just suffered.
and you guys are also thinking anything in the vicinity will probably know where you guys are.
I blame the gnome.
Quick, take the gold.
Quick, Blinky! We'll lower a rope. Go down and get it.
What are you talking about? I'm hiding.
So I'm like taking as much gold and doing things.
It's like a 3-foot wall.
I need that rope. Give me the rope.
Can I actually leap inside and into the water and grab the stuff?
You can. If you do that, you basically come away with 20 gold and 100 silver pieces.
Nice.
A blue sapphire and 2 flawed rubies.
Ooh.
And you also see a ring made of a strange metal.
Ooh.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, here's where I come in. I can cast Identify.
Oh, this is a one-shot game, man. To hell with that. I just put it on immediately.
That's what I was thinking.
Well, okay, so write down Ring of Protection +1.
Ooh, nice.
He got to it first.
I'm not gonna go through and bother waiting to recalculate your saves and your armor class every time.
No.
Wait, who went into the water to get it? Was it the tiefling?
It was.
Me.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
he's got it then.
Tieflings can swim.
It's 3
Well,
feet.
it's not holy
of
water.
It's 3 feet of water.
I can make
Wait.
it so.
Wait, it's not holy water, correct, Dave?
It is not holy water.
I thought it might have been acid.
It's evil.
All right.
After that much
let's,
electricity, this water is purified.
well, let's scurry on out of here as quick as possible.
Agreed.
So you have you can go right, left, or straight ahead, or back the way you came.
Straight.
I think that's
Sounds
the first
good.
time he's ever said that.
All right.
This is the maze, right? So we should always take a different corner, like a different direction every time we... Is that right?
I don't know. This maze is
I don't
messing with
know.
me too.
Like we should always go left, right, left, right, left, right.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
then you're going. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, keep the same wall.
Same
Well-
wall. Won't we go in circles?
Is
Well,
anybody
Blink-
mapping this? Do we have any
Blink, I thought
cartographers?
Blinky was mapping. That's what I was gonna say.
I'm not mapping anything.
He's got the notepad.
Yeah, I'm writing about the monsters and stuff. I am not a cartographer.
Me and Annan are Outlanders, so we probably have a good idea.
You do. You guys know exactly the route you've taken so far.
I'll make a mark on the fountain.
Of which direction we're going and which we came from.
No, just like this is the fountain that we were at before.
In case there's another one with 3 gargoyle statues and a 4th one that's
Yeah.
been broken.
So this is the safe one.
We, yeah. All right. So are we going straight then?
Yeah.
All right, straight it is.
Okay, so you guys travel for a little ways before you hit a dead end and have to turn around and come back. You backtrack to where you're heading back to the direction of the fountain when you come to a T.
Which is different than
minute.
before.
Are these vines moving? Oh, of course they're moving. They moved before.
I blame the gnome.
Dude, why would you blame me? I can't do this. I'm not a nature-loving dude.
My god says you can.
It's gnomish sorcery.
This has nothing to do with nature.
This is not me, buddy.
Neither do the creation of gnomes.
If I could do that, I wouldn't be here with you, that's for sure.
Oh,
What are you
come on.
talking about? Haven't you heard of a garden gnome before? That's so very much nature.
I'm a rock gnome.
Now, why isn't that a subject?
I'm from the school of rock, okay?
Nice.
Wait a minute. You can't be a garden gnome race because they just sit there doing nothing.
Yeah.
They have proficiency in wheelbarrow. You guys know about trees. What do you? Can you convince the? Can you bargain with this demonic hedge to let us through?
Quote of the night: bargain with the demonic
You got
head.
it. Yep, you got it.
You want to
I
give
missed
it a go?
We give him a stern look, and that's his answer.
Use your happy skills. Your happy skills.
Can we just fight the hedge? Let's just start chopping it up.
If it's resistant to fire, it's probably resistant to our mundane weapons.
I don't know.
Does it resist my god? I cast Sacred Flame on the hedge.
Ooh.
Then again, you never know.
Then again, you never know.
So what
So-
happens, Dave?
Okay, so your flame hits the hedge and begins to sizzle and pop, but you know your spell is not actually flame. It's holy fire. And
Exactly.
It's the very power of your deity, your god.
And these are
and-
demonic vines, so...
See?
Maybe.
That was my
Said it.
line of thinking.
Maybe, or maybe they're just misunderstood. But but as the flames rain down on it, the oil seems to sizzle and pop. But other than that, it doesn't seem to do anything.
Okay, which way do we want to go, guys? Left or right?
Right.
What about under? Can we dig under the hedge? Do you think?
Ooh.
Dwarf, you're good at digging. Dig a diggy hole.
Anyone have a shovel for the dwarf?
There's a nice shiny halberd right there.
There you go.
Yeah, use the pointy stick.
Doggy style.
We've
What a
mentioned
dumbass.
digging. We've mentioned digging holes, Nigel, and everybody's done that turning to look at the dwarf thing.
Alright, what do I got to roll to dig?
Diggy hole.
Athletic,
Use
probably?
a shield.
You don't have to roll anything to dig. If you decide to dig, you can just dig.
Yeah.
Alright, I dig, and if I can, I use the gnome as my shovel.
What?
Hold
you
the
reach
shield
for
and just.
Reach for me. My axe is going upside your head. I don't trust
A
this
gnome shield's like a glorified plate anyway. You could just dig with that.
Yep.
I'm the same height as him. He's a dwarf. I'm like barely a foot shorter than him.
So as you begin to dig at the base of the hedgerow, you encounter the roots, and as soon as you hit the roots, you just can't go through them.
Son of a.
You know, unless you try and use something to cut them, but you're not going to dig through them. And I don't know if any of you guys have tried digging anything up with roots before.
It's a pain.
It's very tough to dig through roots.
You need cutters. Clippers.
Yes, you definitely need something to cut them with. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say supernatural roots are even more of a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That wasn't well thought out.
Well, gentlemen, to the right.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Yes.
As we start going right, I want to try to pay attention to if I hear a Minotaur charging.
Okay.
Did anyone pick up much of that coin that was in the fountain or no?
Tiefling got it.
I thought, AJ had grabbed it.
No,
Do you want to leave a trail of coins to see if that helps us keep track of where we're going?
Why don't you leave trails of your clothing? That way you can just. How about you just like leave.
That wasn't very nice.
We could just poke a hole in your hand and let you leave a trail of blood.
A sore spot with you.
Why don't we leave a trail of just like notes saying this way to the targets, Minotaur?
Well, that's one way of doing it. So you guys do a little traveling for a little while longer. You know, there's several spots where you have to backtrack again, and every time you backtrack, it's always different. The Outlanders.
Is it dirt that we're going across? Is it like dirt under our feet?
Well, actually, my bad. I should have described it, but it's actually like dirt, but with like interspersed cobblestones and like grass growing between them.
Oh, okay.
And every once in a while, you'll see weird symbols in the cobblestones when you take the time to look.
Okay. Can we? Can I?
My wife would love this. She loves puzzles.
Is there any significance to the symbols?
Not really. They, sometimes they're just random, like a symbol for Earth etched in Draconic, or a symbol of fire etched in Draconic. It's all for all the languages. It always seems like it's Draconic. And then there were some you see some stranger ones like the rune for pain or danger.
So what happens if we hit these?
Nothing. When you've probably walked across them and nothing happens.
Okay.
Again, they also seem random, and then you'll find something weird, and it'll be like spoon.
Spoon.
Maybe the key is that we're supposed to spoon with each other, and it'll cause great pain and fear for some of you.
That's just creepy.
We're trying to like wedge up the paving stone for spoon, see if there's anything underneath it.
And you find a spoon.
Is there a spoon?
There is no spoon.
No,
Spoonie is not here to bash our game.
I'll just toss the spoon cobblestone into the hedge, see what happens.
It hits it and hits the ground.
All right, let's keep charging forward.
It didn't react to the rock.
Well, you got to throw it above the hedge.
Oh, right.
So try it.
I'm not going to go and pick it up. It's too close.
I'll pick up the stone spoon cobblestone and throw it really high.
So, okay, the same thing happens.
Gets snagged out of there.
It gets snagged out of there and crushed.
So the vines shoot from the bush, they crush it, and just let it go after they crush it?
Pretty much. And then they recede back into the hedgerow.
Okay. Andrew, I'm stronger than 4 feet in the air, okay?
Well, here's the thing, too. Like, after you guys have been in here for hours now, and, you've encountered a few dangers, but even worse than the dangers is actually the monotony of the maze itself. It's starting to wear on your nerves, and you guys are probably getting irritable. You'll travel for a distance and everything is exactly the same. You turn around and look behind you, everything is exactly the same, and then all of a sudden you might find an intersection or a turn or a dead end. But even that all looks the same to you.
You know what we should do, guys? Next time we come up on one of these like intersections, we should split up.
What would DMJ say about that?
Well, some of us would die, I'm sure.
Yeah, four lizards appear from nowhere.
So after a while of this monotonous, you finally come up against a clearing, and it's a half semicircle area. Directly in front of you, though, is hedgerow, but in it is set 2 different doors. One is gold etched in silver, while the other one is silver etched in gold. And across the front of each door is actually a chain with a big-ass padlock.
Okay. So a gold door and a
So-
silver door.
I'll take out my pack and remove a small kit of pry bars, rope, tinder, that sort of thing. Chalk, wax, various bits and pieces.
Okay.
My
Hey,
character
look,
wants
it's
to
got-
make a hit. Sorry. I thought you were
It's
done.
got act beds, thieves' tools incorporated written on the side of it.
Nice. Well, as you look at the doors, you notice that there's nature scenes etched in them.
Okay.
Oh. Are they both the
Animals,
same?
animals frolicking, in a glade, trees, forests. It looks kind of tranquil and serene.
What's the difference between the two pictures?
So as you examine them, they both seem to be changing before your eyes, and they look just a little darker, a little more sinister the longer you stare at them. They're not exactly the same. They're just the same theme, but the animals just look a little bit more malevolent. The trees actually look a little more sinister, and it goes from kind of like a really elegant, beautiful scene to getting more like darker, grimmer, and
Is it like telling a
gothic.
story with its transformation?
No, it does not. It just seems to it just becomes harsher to look at. The animals that are depicted look more savage than they did moments ago. The water that in a pond that looks serene and tranquil looks angry and frothing all of a sudden. Where the trees look like they were kind of like stretched out and happy, now they seem to be looming.
I thrust my spear at the doors and I turn to the group and say, "See, that's the effect of the bleed. Look at it."
You strike the door. Are you striking the door or just like pointing?
No, I'm too cautious for that. I just point at it.
Okay.
Show them the obvious, what they already know, just for dramatic effect.
Nice.
I
I'm
want to
gonna
investigate one of the doors. I'll take the silver door.
I'm going to take one of the silver pieces, the weird silver pieces that I took out of the fountain, and go to the silver door etched with gold,
Okay.
and try just tossing a silver coin at the door.
Clink! It bounces off of it with a metallic sound.
Okay, that's good. It didn't kill me.
I rolled a 5 on investigate, so nothing.
I want to stare at the door and try to manipulate the image back to the good-looking one with my sheer willpower.
As a fighter.
Okay, so you're gonna think so you look at it thinking happy thoughts at it.
Positive
Yeah.
affirmations, guys.
Yeah, I'm trying to project my belief,
Make a wisdom save.
which is
Ah.
really high for me too. That is going to be 18.
Okay, so the one that you're doing that to, it starts to revert back to what it was when you first started looking at it.
Does it change for the rest of us or just him?
For everyone.
So I'm gonna turn to the party and say, our beliefs have an effect on our surroundings.
Interesting. So do you think these doors are really doors, or do you think they're an illusion?
Don't know.
It can't
There's
be
no
an
place
illusion.
like home.
Bounce
There's
the
no
coin
place
off.
like home. There's no place like home. Click at my heels together.
We'll will it to open.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll give it a go. I'll will the door open.
Okay, so as you do, which door are you doing this to?
The silver door.
Okay, as you do it, it begins to buckle and push. It opens outward, and but the chains are holding it.
Is the locks made of silver or gold, or?
Sturdy iron.
Okay. I guess I'll try picking the lock.
So you look at it, start examining it. The lock seems rather simple.
Okay. I'll give it a go. never actually picked a lock with 5th edition before.
Step 1, roll a d20.
Yeah.
I'll just do that. Ladies.
Step 2,
That's
roll
a
high.
17, and if dexterity plays a part, that would be 18, 19.
Yeah, it'll be your thieves' tools proficiency.
Yep.
Okay.
+2, and then your dexterity. So you actually open the lock with ease. It's almost like the lock jumps off the chain. It was so easy.
I'll keep the lock.
Okay, so you take that, you unthread it. Andrew, in order for him to open the lock, you had to stop imposing your will upon the door. Otherwise, it would have made it harder.
Okay, I'll restart the process then.
Okay. So, he takes the lock, puts it in his pack, is unraveling the chain, and you start mentally focusing on the door to push it open, and it begins to creep open. And as that happens, AJ, make a dex check.
Uh-oh.
Shit. Mother puss bucket.
Watch out for the bats.
That's in 17, 18, 19.
So you did really well. So, as AJ has picked the lock and he pulled the chain off and is putting that stuff in his pack, Andrew begins mentally willing the door to open after he had mentally willed the scenes on the doors to be happy again and not so ugly. The door begins to creep open with the power of the Outlander's mind alone. A trap door opens up underneath of AJ's feet, which you sense the subtle vibrations of the pit and leap out of the way.
Shit!
But as you do that, there's a rush of scales and feathers. Would you guys like to give me initiative?
Scales and feathers?
Ouch, Nigel.
What are you guys doing?
My dice wanted me to defer.
I like to imagine that Blinky's sketching this is why he's not prepared.
I'm just coming back from dealing with a toddler, so I think that's why I got the crappy roll.
I'm making a flip book of what happened with the doors that I kept changing.
The dice gods have punished you. Okay.
Yeah, pop up.
But you are all surprised when these brightly colored snakes
And I blame the gnome.
come out and basically in a swarm of the pit, and their wings are brightly colored, almost like a parrot's, and their scales are rainbowed. And right now they seem to be swarming around AJ.
Are they swarming and aggressively, or are they trying to attack him, or are they just swarming around him?
They are not loving him. They are not caressing him lovingly. I will say that much.
How big are they?
That'd be dangerous.
They're only a foot to 2 foot long apiece.
How far away from him am I?
You're probably 10 feet away.
Okay, great.
Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes?
And
Get these snakes out my motherfucking maze.
I never saw it.
so with that, AJ, it is probably going to be slightly unpleasant for you.
Think
And
good
with-
thoughts.
Yeah. Now would be a good time to think those good thoughts again.
I'm thinking.
What is your armor class, AJ?
Well, it's better now. 13 with the ring.
Oh, okay. All right. So
It's like, oh.
If he dies, I'm going for that ring.
God.
You can have the ring if I can have him.
Oh yeah, you can eat the tiefling.
Well, you just took 6 points of biting damage, which isn't so bad.
But it's the poison.
But it's the poison that you're coursing
come
through
on.
your veins.
Oh god.
So that gets me down to 7.
Dave, I had no idea your games were.
It is a one shot.
Yeah.
It is-
Okay. Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
I
That's
think
true.
we're not meant to make it through. He didn't tell us, but this is his
Right.
toned down meat grinder.
Right. The bone grinder.
Yeah.
So 17
grinder.
points of poison damage.
Wow.
How many points?
17.
Yeah. This
Well,
is it.
that's it.
Wow.
My constitution is 10. That's outright.
Are you gonna ninja out now?
What is your total hit points?
So that was I was 7 after I got bitten, and the poison takes the 7 and my 10 constitution.
No, it's your hit points.
It's not your
again.
con. Yeah,
It's
it's
your
your
maximum
total
hit
hit points.
Oh, maximum current hit points is 20.
Yeah, so you're just down.
Oh, okay.
You can go negative 20 then, before
Okay.
your instant death.
Okay.
So AJ skillfully leaps away from the pit and gets mauled by these piranha snakes. Flying piranha snakes, and then face plants.
Foam, green foam frothing from my mouth.
Wow.
Is he
And-
covered with these snakes?
No. They after they bite him, they're kind of like swarming around and looking for their next target.
Like are they flying snakes?
Yes,
Getting-
they're winged flying snakes.
Ooh.
They look like
Getting
a crazy.
noticeably thinner as the poison drains from them into me.
How many of them are there?
About a dozen.
Oh damn!
I got something for him.
All right.
How
wait.
tight are they grouped?
They're together. They're
Oh, okay.
all together, very within like 10 feet.
Yeah, they were all
Quick,
feasting on
suck my
tieflings.
wounds.
It's flying snake swarm.
Yeah.
Get them.
And it is David's turn back.
I do have protection from poison prepped.
Okay, I will cast sleep onto the piranha snakes.
Okay, how many hit points can you affect?
5d8. So let's see here.
I knew I should have taken some pack killing spells.
That's 19 d8. I'm sorry, 19 hit points of creatures. I'm sorry.
Okay, so that drops 4 of them. They are now nestled up with AJ. And then I guess the next is Andrew with a 9. Or no. Well, it would be AJ with a 12.
So AJ. So does he have to wait till next turn to do his death saving throws?
Well, no, I believe it's his turn now, so he drops the death save.
Right now. All right.
So that's
It's
a D10.
backwards. Mostly dead. Is that what that says? Backwards.
I don't know. Let me see.
Yeah, it's mostly dead.
Okay.
All right, guys, I'm gonna try. I'll try, AJ. I'm gonna blow my load on this one. I pull out my backpack, which I have filled with 9 flasks of oil and 1 canister of Alchemist fire. Double hand twirl it around and fuck it at the grouping.
Oh my God! All right.
Oh no.
Thankfully, tieflings are resistant to fire.
Wait.
Yeah.
So you just busted a flask on AJ?
Resistant, not immune.
What? I didn't. No. I thought they were moving on to a next target. Are
You
they
said they
still-
nestled up with him.
See,
Well,
there's
no,
the
they're the
problem
ones that
you
are
thought.
sleeping.
Okay.
Oh,
No,
so
They're kind of hovering angrily,
Don't try to clean it up now, Andrew.
is it like how close are they to him?
like above him.
Right above.
Oh, All right,
They're coming for someone else next, but
I'm good with that.
I can't believe I'm going to say this, but hide behind me. I'm a dwarf. I can take it. Behold
right.
the power of the beard.
Dwarves
Hide
aren't good
in
at
my
taking it.
wonderful locks.
so give me an attack roll.
All right, Dex. Yeah. Oh,
It's actually
crit.
S.
That's 20. Natural 20.
Oh snap! So when you
fine.
throw, when you throw the bag and it hits, the mass of them, you just hear all the glass inside smash against each other, which probably wouldn't be a big problem except for the Alchemist fire just turns it into a big fireball. So how much damage does Alchemist fire do?
I think it's 1d4. Let me check to make sure.
All right, give me a 2d6 and a die 4.
Okay.
That's anticlimactic.
What are we talking about? I see a big giant fireball. I'm excited.
That's 15 damage.
Okay.
I see 2 counts of the ref. Damn.
Yeah, that one's being disintegrated.
Yeah, it's 1d4 fire damage on it.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say it does a bit more because of the oil.
Yep, so the roll you told me was 15.
Okay, so basically it is now raining burnt feathers and charred snake flesh.
Is that all of them?
That is all of them.
Damn.
And AJ has now failed a second death save because he just took damage. And
That's 2. That makes 3 total. So
no, it's
No, you're
it's
at 2.
2 total, right? Yeah.
2 total.
So who can help him? Hurry, quick.
So someone needs to help him.
As soon as it's my turn, I can heal him.
Someone needs the coup de grace.
You better make it. I'll aid him. If.
Okay, well, if the cleric's going to heal him, you don't actually have to because it'll be still on this turn.
Oh, I didn't know he had a healing spell.
Yeah, just leave him alone with me for a little bit.
Oh yeah, I'll leave you guys alone. Do you guys want some candlelight?
I don't know, AJ. Nigel may be making jerky out of you. You better watch out.
I can
Come
neither
on.
confirm nor deny.
Everyone knows Tifling tastes horrible.
yeah.
But not charred Tifling, though.
No, but I'm taking his horns for a codpiece. That's what I'm planning.
Huh. What kind of codpiece do you make out of horns? You better have like the ram horns.
I've got straight horns.
Yeah.
He looks like a
visual-
bunny rabbit over there.
Demonic bunny rabbit.
Yeah.
So with that, you guys, the snakes are gone.
So you healed him, right?
Not yet.
Let's do something here. Come on, Nigel.
He's poking him with a stick to see how well done he is first.
First, I lick him. Then I heal him.
Oh my god!
Well, there's your failed third
Yeah.
saving throw on the lip.
Yeah, it's a critical lick.
Right, now you go on the system. There's a system shock, remember that?
Instead of dying, he just wishes he died now.
Yeah, right.
He wakes
He
up,
heals
feels like a
right
dog was licking his face.
So how much healing?
10.
All right, so
10.
AJ, you're up at 10,
Nice. Okay.
and you do have
I
your
heal him mid-lick. Just saying.
And if you guys take a short rest, you can expend your hit die for healing. With that, let's
Okay.
take a 10-minute break. My dog is whining to go out, and I want to use the facilities as well.
Okay.
Don't use the same tree.
Alrighty. I'll just sit here and talk about myself.
We like to use the same tree.
Dude, AJ, I'm so glad that wasn't a 1.
I was waiting for it, man.
So
Yeah,
we'll
guys,
spin the-
I'm really sorry I've been in and out. I had a toddler that was freaking out, and yeah.
Oh, that's alright. I just muted you a couple of times.
I do not blame you at all, but, I figured I owe you an apology for that.
Oh, you're okay, man.
Oh, that's cool, dude.
Yeah, as long as I can hear the game. That's the only reason I muted you is because I couldn't hear what was going on. Besides that, I don't care. I got a 3-year-old daughter, so I know how it
Yeah,
goes.
my little girl's 3 years old, too.
Yeah.
Turns 4 in December.
Oh, okay. So yours is a little bit older than mine. Mine will be 4 next June.
If I have dwarves in my game and they get bitten by something, the things are going to have acid, not poison.
And it injects it right in their veins,
Right.
Yeah.
so they're automatically dead.
I gotta say, though, I decided to play something a little closer to normal Dwarven Cleric, but I had to put my own spin, so I went chaotic. So,
Nice. Yeah, my tiefling is chaotic neutral, so he's that class, that type of rogue.
I'm chaotic good.
I'm waiting to see what trick Blinky has up his sleeve.
I'm waiting to see what the Tiefling does when he wakes up with the dwarf licking him.
Here's what I can tell you. I realize why I don't ever play these types of characters. I don't like weak characters.
How do you figure he's weak?
Okay, mentally he's just weak. He has
Oh.
high stats, but I can't play smart characters because I'm not
Oh.
smart.
No. I'm having the exact
I'm fine.
opposite. I am a smart person, and I'm playing a dumbass.
Yeah. I'm finding it hard to play this character with a real low wisdom because it's just like, yeah, that's a good idea. I'll just go and poke it with a stick. Yeah. I'm also wondering how I've got False Life as one of my spell choices, and I'm thinking, how are you going to use that? Because at the point where you want the 1d4 plus 4 temporary hit points, you're already half dead.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Still handy though.
Alright, sorry about that, guys. So, now you guys are standing, in front of an open pit, and the door is just been cracked open slightly.
Hey,
the
ho!
dwarf is
Good
licking
job.
the-
And the
Good
dwarf
job,
just saved the tiefling.
Get off me, man. What are you doing?
We all have. It's like I have a horrified look on my face about the licking.
I don't like his religion.
It seems to be based around jerky and licking.
Just accept it.
And hatred of gnomes.
Why you gotta hate on the gnome?
Right.
Are we all here? Is Juice back here as well?
You're okay. I can hear you.
Okay.
All
So-
right.
I'm very charismatic. It's not the first time I've been licked by a dwarf.
Can I
it-
just pry the door open with my hands at this point?
You absolutely can. Well, it pushes the other way, pushes out.
All right, let's do it.
What's in this pit that we just opened up?
There's some you see some skeletal remains of some previous trespassers.
Lower me down with a rope. Let's see if there's anything valuable.
Oh, I stopped pushing the door and plot a rope.
You want to have first-hand
Let me down. I'm about 50 pounds with my armor
a
and
good
shield.
vantage point at what's about to happen? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, yeah, I do it. I lower him down.
Okay, so you all right? Bless you.
Thank you.
Don't hold back, Dave.
Man,
That's
that was
when
a lot of food.
that's when you guys hear it.
There it is.
The pounding
Oh,
of
no.
the hooves.
Oh,
No!
How far down am I before I hear that? I'm going to cast a cantrip on myself as I hear it. The blade ward or whatever.
Okay.
And
It's
that-
a 20-foot pit, and you're like halfway now.
How
Okay, so
close
10
does it
feet would only normally be 1d6, right?
Can I prep to blast anything that attacks him?
Yeah, you can ready an action.
Alright, that's what I do.
So I guess everyone give me initiative.
Okay. I've got just the spell for this bastard.
Uh-oh.
Was I able to cast the cantrip, or do I need to wait until my turn?
I think you have to wait till your turn.
Alrighty. I'm screwed. Hold on tight, Andrew.
Yeah.
Well, I'm completely into lowering you down because I failed that initiative.
Nice. You're like, oh my god, bodies. There's got to be something good there.
I see something sparkling down there.
So Nigel, you react before anyone else, and you look up in time to see the Minotaur heading right for the human that's leaning over top of the pit with lowering the gnome in.
Oh shit! I've got to have something for this.
Yeah, you got a hammer or a mace for him.
Where's grease when you need it?
In my pants.
On the bushes.
Ooh, I got it. I'm gonna cast command, or suggestion on the Minotaur,
Okay.
and with a bit of chanty, I'm telling him jump in the pit.
Ah!
And there it is.
Ah, damn it.
Commanded to eat a
pull
poisonous
you
snake.
out, and then we can just sit there poking at him.
I'm already down at the bottom, pretty much. Well, the Minotaur coming down on me, probably.
Don't worry,
So,
we'll grab the rope.
First time a Minotaur came down on you.
Oh, that's so awful. So, what is the DC on that?
13.
Okay. So the Minotaur continues its run to jump into the pit. You said the command was to jump into the pit, right?
Correct.
Okay, so it is going to continue with the direction that it's going because it's heading towards the pit anyway. Completely listening to you.
Oh, man.
Oh! A natural 20 to run over Andrew. He doesn't actually gore you, but he plows right into you,
Ooh.
Oh, man.
causing you to let go of the rope. Well, it doesn't matter if you hold on anyway, because you're going over the pit. So, Juice, you only take a point of damage.
Woo! Can I use my reaction to use a superiority dice for, I think it's parry? Or do I not get to do that since I was holding the rope?
Well, what does parry do?
I'll read it to you exactly. It says, when another creature damages you with a melee attack, you can use your reaction and expend one superiority die to reduce the damage by the number you roll on your superiority die plus your dex modifier.
Oh yeah, you can absolutely do that.
Okay, so I'll do that. That'll be... So that'll reduce the damage by 4 for what that's worth.
Kind of rolling with the blow.
Okay, so you don't actually take any damage from the impact.
Nice.
You roll right with it, and the fall only does 2 points of damage. And Juice, you took a point of damage from the fall.
Right.
Do I land on him?
You both take. Well, Juice, you actually take 11 points of damage from falling bodies,
Aw.
and Andrew,
Can I do
you
a
take
dex
5
save, or is there no room?
a death save.
No.
Oh, dex.
Dex.
Yeah, you know what? Go for a dex save for half to see if you kind of roll out of the way. Same thing with you, Andrew, or you'll take or you'll take 5.
Okay.
Or no, 2. I'm sorry. I rolled a natural 1.
Nice.
That's gonna be a 13.
Okay, so you only take 2 points of damage. So 2 from the fall, 2 from having a Minotaur fall on you, and none from the impact.
Okay.
So they're all in the pit now.
Everybody
Yeah.
visualize this now.
Yeah,
Okay,
yes,
I'm
yes,
happy.
it is a 10 by 10 pit full of Minotaur, gnome, and human.
Full of pissed Minotaur.
That's alright. This is happening. I'm ending
This will
it.
teach you, don't anger the jerky gods, or I will hit you with a Minotaur.
Oh, you just wait, boys.
Oh,
Who's
so
up next?
I think we have a 9.
Me? Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. For what it's worth, I want to keep this Minotaur down. So I'm going to unleash my most dangerous spell, taking out a feather and some tiny little Pop-Tarts.
Yeah.
I'll crumble
It
them up in my
sounds very
hand.
dangerous already.
I'll crumble them up in my hand and then throw the powder at the Minotaur and cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
Mm.
So this is a DC 12 Wisdom save.
Okay, he fails.
Nice. Okay, the creature of my choice within range, which is the 30 feet, finds everything hilariously funny and falls into fits of laughter. So he's going to fall prone and basically stay prone and incapacitated, unable to stand up for the duration. He gets to make a saving throw on each of his turns, and each time it takes damage, it gets to make a Wisdom saving throw with advantage.
Okay, so you probably should have rolled that save at a disadvantage because falling on the gnome and the human is hilarious all by itself without any magic enhancements. So the Minotaur is rolling around. I guess you guess it's laughing because it sounds hideous. I don't know if I can even attempt a cow laugh. So
I've got a good experience with what bulls sound
I
like.
show up at their place thinking it's a mating call.
So okay, so its turn. It's going to try and make another Wisdom saving throw, which a 10 fails. So it's still rolling around laughing.
Yeah, it is.
All right.
And we're
All
retiring
right.
it. We're not rolling that die anymore.
Good. Bring your best effort. All right, who's next? Me?
7, yeah.
Yeah, buddy. Okay. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cast Poison Spray, which is a Constitution save against my DC of 12? So if you want to use that one die again, you can.
So a 7 is not going to do it.
Yes, so he will take 1d12 of damage, which is 10, and then I'm going to use my action surge.
Was Juice was poison spray and AOE?
It's a cantrip.
It's a 10-foot cone.
Range is 10 feet. It doesn't say it's a cone.
Towards
It
a
says
creature
10 feet.
you can see.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah, I'm good then.
Oh
Yeah, it just
man,
hits him.
that's less
So-
fun that way.
So I kind of point my arm at him, and this gaseous fume obviously comes out and hits him right in his face. And,
So your armpit.
and he took 10 points of damage. Then I'm going to do an action surge.
Okay.
And with my action surge, I'm going to cast 3 magic missiles on him.
You can. I don't believe you can do that. You can only cast one spell. Oh no, I'm sorry.
Even
No,
with my
you're right.
action surge?
You can do it, but only because your spell was a cantrip. So you're good.
Okay. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. So
Oh, snap.
12 points.
Ouch.
Okay. So he now gets 2 saving throws at advantage. And the DC was 13?
For AJ?
Yeah, AJ.
12.
12. Okay, so he's got a 17 or a 12, so he'll take the 17 on that first one, and he is no longer amused. And it is now David's turn.
Okay, so once I see the Minotaur perk up and look upset again, I'll I'll think it's safe for me to cast my Eldritch Blast at him. So I'll do that because I don't think it's gonna be very funny. So let's see. Okay. What's his DC?
You need to hit a 14.
Oh yeah. Okay. So that's a hit, and 1d10 force damage, and that's it. Okay. So 5 points.
All right. And I believe that brings us to Andrew.
Alright, I'm going to do something kind of cool here and be honest about my polearm, because I don't think I'm going to be able to wield it very well down here.
Yeah, you're kind of like scraping the walls.
So I'm going to try to break it over my leg as my action. Break it in half. Okay, so I'll do a strength check. That'll be a 14.
As I see this, I yell, "No!"
You snap the wood in half.
Alright, then I'm going to use an action surge and do a
Okay.
normal attack with my now shortened polearm against the Minotaur.
Okay.
Can you like bat it with like an offhand club that you now have? Stab, whack.
That would be cool.
Well, yeah, you can absolutely.
You got
if
two
wanna,
weapons now.
If you want to use your bonus.
Yeah, let's do it.
The feat doesn't say the half has to be intact.
Hey, that's true. That's true. It's still a polearm. All
Kung
right.
Fu
let's
style.
do it.
Without reach now.
Oh, critical hit. That's a 20.
Oh man.
I don't believe it. No, I'm
That
just
was what the starter said.
Okay, so I'm going to say drop the die down one, only because you can't. It's not as effective.
Okay, so it would be a D8.
Yes.
7, 14. So it's going to be 20 off of that one,
Wow.
Nice.
and then I'll make my attack with the second half, which is a 1d4. That's going to be 16 versus
Okay.
AC.
hits.
Okay.
Guys, I'm having an emergency over here.
All right.
That's going to be
All out of
7.
salt.
7 points of damage.
Okay.
Oh, damn.
Did you run out of dip juice?
Yeah, I ran out of salsa.
Oh my God.
I don't know what I'm going to do.
And so the Minotaur very much does not look amused, and it is now the dwarf's turn.
I'd offer him salsa.
But you're out.
I'm still
Yeah,
waiting
I
on
think
a
we might have
report
some.
on who needs healing.
My salsa.
The only people that need healing are down in the pit, and they really haven't taken that much.
Alright, I'm blowing this sucker to smithereens. Okay.
Make sure it's a nice big area effect spell.
Oh, I'm looking to see if I have any.
Chain lightning would be nice. Fireball, meteor storm, or strike.
Oh,
Acid spray would be good.
oops, wrong app.
We need Jeopardy music.
Sorry. Does a 17 hit it?
Absolutely.
Alright. Time to blast it with a whole bunch. I cast Guiding Bolt.
Ah,
4d6.
nice. That's a good one.
Yeah, it is. 13 damage. And the next attack roll made against this target before the end of my next turn has advantage.
Okay. So, with
Also,
that,
he sparkles like Edward Cullen.
nice.
Kill it! Kill it with fire!
It leaps to its feet, bellows in rage. And 19 and a 15. Does a 19 hit you, Juice?
19?
Yes.
No way, dude. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, it does.
And does the 15 hit you, Andrew?
It misses by 1.
Curses.
I have great news, guys. We have 3 more jars of salsa
Ah!
in the pantry. I managed to dodge disaster. Oh, wait. How much damage did I just take?
Oh, actually, we'll figure that out in a second. Actually, the Minotaur has an ability called Reckless that allows it to attack with advantage.
There we go.
It is making a huge opening, so it now grabs both Juice and Andrew.
There we go.
Basically, by your scruffs. Make a strength check.
No problem. No problem. 18 plus
Oh yeah.
something good. I don't remember.
22.
Yeah, 21.
Okay, so it actually ties you,
Wow.
Juice,
Mmm.
and gets a 23 on Andrew. So the initial strike does no damage, but it just grabs you and smashes you together.
Bastard. I don't like this guy.
I can't parry that either, Juice.
I don't know.
For each take 9 points of damage.
I'm limp. I go limp.
Smashes you around like a rag doll.
Yeah, I look like a rag doll now. Same size too.
Nice.
An overly buff, greased up rag doll.
My shield and my sword drop to the ground.
Well, as do you, because he after he slams you guys together, he just lets go. So let's see. Nigel went. He went. I believe. What was the next? What was the next in the order?
AJ, right?
Me?
Yep.
Yep.
I'm gonna yell out, "Nobody does that to people I barely know," and cast.
All right.
I'm gonna cast True Strike. Since he's just reduced the available opponents next to him. Hang on. Andrew, are you still up and working?
Yes. 14.
Oh, okay. So I should have my ability to sneak attack this guy. Hopefully. Okay, so I'm going to fire with my bow. Twing! And miss.
You have advantage on the attack roll.
And hit.
And that will be a sneak attack because Andrew is adjacent to him.
Okay.
Well, it'd be sneak attack anyway because he has advantage.
Oh, yeah. There's that, too.
Nice. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 12 points of damage. Take that, bitch.
Meaty blow.
We have a steak tonight.
So the Tiefling nonchalantly steps up to the edge of the pit, pulls his crossbow out, takes his time, aims, puts the bolt right through the Minotaur's ear, and then it erupts out the other side. And it just stands there, looking stupid for a minute, as if it doesn't even realize it's dead. And it falls into a heap.
Yes!
Nice.
Yeah, my guy lets out a war cry at Ekmenos.
I'll just calmly flip the hand crossbow in my hand and slap it back into the holster.
I'm gonna turn and check on Blinky.
Yeah, Blinky will need some checking on.
You can
The
keep
Minotaur
checking.
he doesn't fall on top of Blinky, does he?
No, he shot him the other direction.
Alright, I'll try.
With me.
I'll use medicine on him to stabilize him.
Ah, nice.
No!
As far as I can tell, according to my calculations, I've fired 5 bolts with my hand crossbow and I've dropped 4 creatures.
Yeah, you've been
Yeah.
kicking ass with that crossbow.
19 on the medicine check.
So you stabilize him. You put the Band-Aid on.
Thank
Can I
you.
like punch him in the head to put the
Thank
back
you,
on?
Jeebus.
I'm gonna yell out of the pit. Does anybody have a rope?
You do.
Is it is it like still hanging, or do I have to try to throw it up?
You would just throw it up. It'd be an easy toss for you, though. It's only 20 feet.
Oh yeah, right. Okay, I'll throw it up then.
Okay,
I
I'll
haul
grab
him
it.
up.
Okay, all right, cool.
Was there anything nice and shiny at the bottom of that hole?
Your teeth.
But there
Yeah,
was the.
right.
Well, you did find the skeletons, and between the two skeletons, you produced 2 pouches containing a total of 47 silver pieces.
What about the Minotaur?
The Minotaur is wearing a loincloth and has a great axe that could probably double as a halberd. For a
I should
medium-sized
definitely
character.
grab.
Yeah, it should
Somebody-
take-
Definitely grab one of those horns.
Of a pole arm.
yeah, I'll grab the axe then before I go out.
Okay,
Go
well,
ahead.
as soon as you grab it, it feels really good. The balance on it's exceptional.
Juice, you know where the Minotaurs hide their stash, man. Go ahead, go for it.
I'm taking the loincloth. That's all I know.
Oh, that's awful. Do you know how bad that's got to smell? There is nothing worse than the smell of Minotaur ass.
Yeah.
I figured the next time the gnome drops, I'm using it like smelling salts.
Oh no. I mean the next time.
May kill him.
I'll remember that when you're the next one who drops.
Dude, my left nut has more hit points than you.
Oh.
We'll
Just
see about
thinking,
that.
like,
We'll see about that.
So you guys, it's easy enough to haul them out of the pit. Although the gnome actually he's unconscious, so he's got to be hauled out, tied up and pulled out.
so can somebody grab me a Minotaur horn? I've neglected.
Yeah, I'll say I lop one off on the way out.
Well, using that the Minotaur great axe halberd, it comes off very easy. It's like cutting through hot knife through butter.
Damn, nice.
Yeah, I neglected to roll for a trinket when I made my character, so
You got your trinket,
I
Minotaur
got a
horn?
trinket now. Yeah,
Trinket the size of your forearm. Yeah.
yeah. It's a drinking horn.
You're holding the Minotaur horn and you've got horn envy.
I just like see if it slots over top of my one.
Yeah, they're not hollow. You're gonna have
Gives
to
them
hollow them out.
extensions. Put extensions on my horns.
Nice. So now you guys are, standing over the open pit, Minotaur body, and the unconscious gnome, and there's the door before you.
Oh yeah, the door.
Hold on. I'm healing the gnome.
All right.
I'm going to cram a potion of healing down his gullet.
Do we need to take a rest here or what?
I've been resting for a little bit now.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea for me.
Hey, gnome. Heal
Yeah.
2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2.
Correct.
Mm, 5.
Your
Score.
rolling is amazing.
Taff.
That's a quarter of my total hit points.
It's better than nothing, and it gets you up.
Mm-hmm.
Most importantly, no one has to carry the gnome out.
Now we're doing a short rest, right?
And while he's drinking that, I lick him.
So, oh no way.
Now we really know why you were kicked out of your clan.
Yeah, right?
Okay, so are we doing a short rest then too?
Yeah, I'd like to.
Yeah.
If I
And
can.
with the short rest, you can take what, as many of your hit die back in hit points. Is that how it works?
That is how it works.
Okay. So 9, 13, 15. Okay, I'm up to 18.
Okay.
I'm back to 23.
So,
Roll a d8, get a 2.
awesome.
Okay, I'm down 2 now. That's it.
Oh, it's better than nothing.
Man, now I'm out of chips.
So with that, you guys
I have a full thing of salsa.
Are doing some quick calculations, and you've been in this maze for quite a while. So you guys, time is kind of running out. If what those creatures said was true.
Well, we better eat some sausage then.
So what are you guys doing?
We're gonna get through this door, man.
Yeah, I'm just gonna push right through and walk into it.
Okay. Well, you easily go through the door, and you find yourself standing in a forest clearing, and you no longer see the hedgerows.
Woohoo!
Wow, really? Okay.
This is
I'm blaming
progress.
the
Is the sky still weird?
The sky looks normal. It's getting dark. It's dark, but it's normal. You see the stars.
We don't see the cave entrance here, do we?
Well, actually, once you guys all exited the door and turn around, the cave entrance is actually right there, and the maze is gone.
Oh man,
Don't
we just
go back in the cave. The cave is a lie. It's like full of mushrooms or something.
It's just like my time with the Elder Priest. Everything's a disappointment.
Right.
So with that, you guys have escaped the maze of Mandoon.
Man, we never found out who Mandoon was.
That's a mystery for another day.
There you go.
I dropped to my knees and I kissed the ground.
My
So,
guy's like,
Andrew-
man, that was a good nap.
Andrew, if you want to write down +1 halberd.
Oh, sweet.
Nice. I'm gonna go up to the side of the cave and scroll on there. Beware Mandoon.
I offer to give you my pen and some ink.
So from this point, you guys can all go in whatever direction you want to, and I'm going to thank anybody who watched this for watching it, and I'm going to end the broadcast. Remember, you can check all these guys out. The link to their YouTube channel is below. Also, if you want to check out the Nerdarcy, Get Me a Drink, you can check out the link below to that as well. And with that, until next time, stay nerdy.
Adios.